Good morning. Who's that guy? So you can see that I've shaved off the beard, and that's because Katie and I, good morning, Katie.
Morning.
Went to a Halloween costume contest last night at a local bar, and I was kind of surprised how few people even knew who we were. Before I get into all that though, I want to share something with a lot of people who might be joining in who are new here, because I see a lot of folks adding subscriptions, and I wonder if you've seen the earlier videos. And the reason I do these walk and talks is to encourage the followers who have followed me since I started doing Liondiet, and how it's changed me since the beginning of this year, in January 14th when I started doing it. That I've gone from somebody who lived a very sedentary lifestyle, eating the standard American diet, living miserable health conditions with bad gut issues, brain fog, depression, all kind of things going on that are not comfortable, and really had me considering that I'm at the end of my life and that this is just what I'm resigned to. But you can see from this earlier video of me on day one that you're not looking at the same person you were looking at back then. And my wife has joined me on this journey, you know, and I think early on, even she thought it might be a little bit strange to do all beef diet like I was doing. And she'd heard that low carb was good. Well, you can tell them what you thought.
I was very encouraging for Dante to try anything he could to get better, because it was so bad. The illness, the unknown illness, was so bad. So
but you'd still say that it was like, well, it doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, or something along those lines.
I said, I don't know, but try it, because I'm willing for you to try anything. If it's gonna help you, because we've tried everything else, let's do it. I was encouraging.
I'm not saying you weren't encouraging. She was always encouraging of anything that I pursue. She stands behind me, even if she doesn't agree with it. She'll still stand behind what I'm trying to do. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
But like you were hearing from other people, including family members who are in the medical field and things like that, that this is dangerous. And
oh yeah. Well, I think your initial reaction to it, because we're so educated from such a young age of what we're supposed to eat and what our balanced diet should be, American standard diet. So your initial thought reaction is, that's scary. But then if you stop for a while and start to read and look at testimonials, you start to go, let's try it, because what's it going to hurt to try you if you're already dying of something the doctors can't diagnose?
Yeah. I think testimonials are a big part of what won me over, because it was Jordan Peterson and Mikhaila Peterson's testimonial about how the diet had changed their lives that brought me back to it. However, I already knew that low carb eating was a good option, because I had done the Atkins diet back in the mid 2000s and had seen a lot of progress with that, but it was still it wasn't as strong of a support group out there for low carb dieting as there is today. And there was a definite backlash against low carb dieting by the food industry that wants you to be addicted to everything they're eating. And it has totally changed my life, from being somebody who was averse to going hiking or doing anything that required athleticism, to somebody who seeks the opportunity to go out and get some exercise, and even pushes the one who used to push me to go and do these things, to participate. And it's exciting. It's like having my youth all over again. And I share these videos with people so that you can find your youth again as well, so that you can find that healthful vigor that you need, especially in a world where everybody's preaching to you about how unhealthy just breathing is these days. That you need to get out and be healthy, that you need to take care of your immune system, that you need to take care of your body, that you need to take care of your mind. What you put in your body is what affects your mind's ability to function. I mean, there's just so many factors that that this has changed in my life, that it could change in your life. If you've been seeking something to solve those health issues and the doctors don't have any answers and they don't even know what's wrong with you, like I was being told over and over. One doctor, one of the last things I heard a doctor ask me was, "So what do you want me to do?" I'm thinking, you kidding me, doc? This is what you're supposed to know. You can't even tell me what's wrong with me. I guess I can't expect you to tell me how to fix anything. But the question is why don't you know? Why don't you know what has been proven, as I found out over the past 9 months of doing this diet, that there is tons of research being done on this type of dieting that is showing drastic improvement in people's health. And my blood work has borne this out. I've seen increases in the quality of function in my kidneys and my liver, and my blood pressure issues are gone. These are all very positive things. I no longer take any medication. Anyway, this is about being healthy. This is about being healthy, body, mind, and soul. And for me, the real kickoff was Liondiet, because once I started eating an all beef diet, and of course I also eat some lamb, other ruminant animals, basically ruminant meat, water, and salt. And it has totally transformed me physically and mentally in ways that I didn't think could be done. And I think that it's something that everybody should consider if they're struggling with these same issues. So I'm sharing my story with you. And part of sharing that story is the fact that Katie and I have been married now for just about 10 years. We've been together for 11 years. We have yet to do a real Halloween type event. And I don't know if it has to do with the body issues so much, but it sure made it discouraging for me that I like to do characters. I like to be characters from movies I've seen. I've done that in the past. Or other characters from pop culture, like I went as Gene Simmons one time in my late teens, and tried to be Darth Maul back in '99, which didn't work out too good because I definitely didn't have the body for Darth Maul. But I guess there's different versions of that alien race, right? But I like to be able to recreate the character as well as I can. And Katie challenged me earlier this year to go as a character from a movie that we both enjoy called Big Trouble in Little China, that came out in the 1980s with Kurt Russell. Is it Kurt Russell or Kirk Russell? Kurt Russell. And the girl from Mannequin, what was her name? Anyway, her character name in the movie was Gracie Law. So I said, I'll go as Jack if you go as Gracie Law, wearing the dress that she had to wear when she got married to Lopan. And for those of you who haven't seen the movie, here's a quick image or two from that movie so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. And then compare that to what we did with our costumes. So we had a great time at the costume party last night. As you can see from the image here at the bar, it was a good time. Even though we didn't win the contest, we did have a nice gentleman come up afterward who was so stoked by the costume. He said, "Man, you guys should have won that hands down. If it wasn't a local bar and a popularity contest, this would have been an easy win." But I don't know. I was surprised by how few people even recognized what characters we were. Maybe I just didn't do as good a job, but everybody loved Katie's costume.
What they call me, a butterfly.
Madam
princess?
Butterfly, because you had a butterfly on your...
Yeah, because I couldn't find a peacock.
Yeah, she made her own
headdress
for the costume. But we had a great time. And I attribute last night's great time to Liondiet and the changes that it's made in both of our not only physical ability to do these things, but our mental processes to really enjoy these things. I think you can find that too. If you've been missing that in your life, if you've been missing some of that adventurous spirit, if you've been missing that desire to get your body where you want it to be, if you just feel like you have no answers for your health problems, you might want to check it out. And you can look at my journey all the way back from day one, starting with my first video on this topic called 125 Days on Liondiet. And you recognize it by the thumbnail. It says, "Did I survive?" And of course, it's on my channel, so you can scroll back to there's 2 playlists right now, one that does all these walk and talks and another playlist that deals just with the progression of the diet itself and how it's affected me. And I think as you watch that transition from who I was to who I am now, you might want to give this a shot if no other answers have been working for you. And you think that this sounds really radical, it might be the radical change you've been looking for. Well, we're going to go ahead and finish getting in a couple miles here this morning. Sorry we missed you yesterday. It was raining when we got up, and then I spent all day driving around Ocala looking for stuff, and then we had to come back, and Katie was putting her costume together, and I had to get Levi to karate and then get back and get my costume ready, and it was a very full day. But we're glad to be back and reporting to you. So until then, till next time, have a good one.
If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?